everyone, welcome to this week's story from the story chair. Except, as you can see, I'm not going to be telling this week's story from a chair. And despite what it might look like, I'm not on the naughty step. I am, however, at the bottom of the stairs because Lily is with me this week, and Lily is my dog who is deliberately avoiding a fuss at the moment because what you can't see are the dog treats balanced on the laptop. And for Labradors, food is an absolute marvel, even tiny morsels, and they'll do anything for it, as you can see. So Lily and I are here. This is Lily's favourite spot in the entire house, and I'm going to give her this and we're going to get started because I'm actually in danger of being covered in copious amounts of doggy drool. It's all over my trousers, on my shirt, but I think we're ready to start. So this week's story is why Lily's here. It's a story about a dog, and the story is called I, Cosmo. It's going to be the book locker story for this week, and the question is, why do you think the author chose Cosmo to narrate this story? So have a think about that whilst I'm reading the opening. Are you ready? Yes? Okay, let's go. This year I am a turtle. I do not want to be a turtle. His tail's between his legs, Max notices, cocking his head, where he spreads across his wonderful face. You think the hat's too tight? We are on the porch, and the strange pumpkin is smiling at us, the one Max carved last week, scooping out its guts. I ate the seeds, even though he told me, "No, Cosmo, no!" I find it difficult to stop myself when something smells so interesting and so new. Max's father, whose name is Dad, readjusts the turtle vest on my back. No, he's fine. He loves it. Look at him. This is one of those times, those infinite times, when I wish my tongue did not loll in my mouth, because I would say in perfect human language that turtles are inferior creatures who cannot manage to cross roads. And I have crossed many roads, off leash and by myself. This costume is an embarrassment. At a loss, I gently roll onto my back, kicking my legs in the air. An ache creaks down my spine. Not a lot young like I used to be, but hopefully Max will understand the subtle meaning in my gesture. Dad, I really think he doesn't like it. Yes, Max, yes. Scratching the fur on his chin, Dad says to me, okay, no hat, but you've got to keep the shell. And just like that, a small victory. Emmeline bursts onto the porch then. She's all energy. She glows. Cosmo! Her little hands ruffle my ears. And it represents why I am a turtle in the first place. Because Emmeline picked it out. Because it made her happy. I've long accepted that this is one of my roles. Max grabs Emmeline's hand and spins her around like they're dancing. Her purple superhero cape twirls with movement. Last week, I helped Mum make the costume, guarding the fabric, keeping watch by her feet, and every once in a while she held up her progress and asked me, "What do you think, Cosmo?" "A wonder," I told her with my eyes. "It is a wonder." "Shouldn't we wait for Mum?" Max asks. He is dressed in dark colours, patches on his shirt, and I suppose he is a cow or a giraffe, although I don't like to think of him as either. Giraffes are remarkably stupid creatures, and Max is very, very smart. He can speak 3 languages, build model rockets, and fold his tongue into a 4-leaf clover. He can even unscrew the lids off peanut butter jars. I'd like to see a giraffe do that. Dad replies, "She's late. Don't want to miss all the good candy." Max says, "I just think..." Dad cuts him off with, "Ready, Freddy," which he's fond of saying despite the fact that Max is called Max. After a pause, the 4 of us set off into the bluish night. Back at our house, Emmeline and Max divide up the candy on the living room floor. Piles for lollipops, piles for chocolate, piles for candy no one likes. "Yuck," Emmeline says, tossing a box of raisins to the side. Her black curls whip back and forth as she shakes her head. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I observe from my position on the couch, which is difficult to climb onto nowadays. Sometimes it takes several tries, several embarrassing topples. A long time ago, I was not allowed on furniture, which made little sense. Wasn't my dog bed constructed of similar materials? Why was I allowed on one, but forbidden to lie on the other? Eventually, Dad gave up his couch crusade and the cushions began to form around the shape of my body. I've learned that perseverance is a powerful thing. The TV is on the background. A talking black cat parades across the screen. Why do cats always get to speak on TV? Where are all the talking dogs? The dog in the movie Up speaks, but only with a translation collar. Lassie, the most famous TV dog of all time, just barks. I'm puzzling over the inequity when the back door slams. It is incredibly loud, purposeful, and then the voices begin. Mum growls in the kitchen. David, did you really? What? Dad says. You were supposed to wait for me. I told you I'd be working late. I didn't even get to see the kids in their costumes. They're still in their costumes. I mean, out in the neighbourhood, trick-or-treating. I was supposed to go with you, remember? Or did you just conveniently forget? That's unfair. You were late. Mum throws up her hands. I told you I was going to be late. That's why I asked you to wait for me. I don't like the way they're speaking to each other. From the couch, I give them a disapproving look. Can't they see Max and Emmeline are happy? That their voices are ruining it? Emmeline slowly crumples to the side, laying her head on the carpet next to the raisins, while Max tugs his knees to his chest. Dad says, let's just get a picture, okay? That's what you want, right? What I want? You don't care what I want. But we take the picture anyway. The five of us crowded by the fireplace, smiling at a small camera. After a few moments, a flash fills the room, and Max says quickly, okay, I guess I'm going to bed. Mom glances at him hopefully. You don't want to stay up a little bit, watch Halloween Town with me? I'm kind of tired. Just like this dog. No, Mum says. Sure, okay, good night, sweetie. Night, he kisses Emmeline on the forehead. Night, Em. As I do every evening, I follow Max into his bedroom. Posters of the night sky stare down on us from the walls. There's also a large picture of Guy Bluford, the first African-American in space. He flew 4 shuttle missions beginning in the early 1980s. I know this because Max shares things with me. Being an astronaut is his dream. Curling at the edge of his bed, I rest my head on him. I pause. Uneasiness crawls through me. Something is wrong. I've heard that dogs can sense hurricanes and tsunamis when they're still miles offshore. This is similar. Max closes the door and immediately bursts into tears. Crying? Max rarely cries, only when he's fallen off his bike or slipped on a patch of ice, or I don't have time to think about it. I just react, standing as quickly as I can, rushing towards him as his back slides against the wall. As he falls to the floor, I lick his face, his ears, his fingers. I wedge my head between his hands and rest my muzzle on his shoulder. Shaking, his arms wrap round me, and he whispers directly into my ear. Never leave me, Cosmo. Never leave me. Okay. Why would I ever leave? Why would I ever leave Max? I nuzzle him deeper in response, and we stay like that for a long, long time. And that is the opening of I, Cosmo. What a great story, and what a powerful voice in the opening. So remember, that's the question you need to think about. Why is the story told from the point of view of Cosmo? Why is he the narrator? And I have to say that story is definitely better, and this is for Mrs Tompkins if she's listening, definitely better than the books that I recommended for our book group. So before I go any further, if you're listening, Mrs Tompkins, I definitely would like to apologise for that choice. Maybe we should have read this instead. I hope you really enjoy the story. I've really enjoyed reading it to you. I know Lily has. She's very relaxed here. She's had a few treats and a bit of a fuss. Lovely, lovely morning for a Labrador. So, from Lily and I, from the story from the bottom of the stairs, we hope you're all really well. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all super soon, and take care everyone. Bye! If I could stop it. Stop! I will go in a minute, I promise. Bye!